gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's
Almost
time!
What it do? Hold on. Come on down a little bit. Welcome to It's Almost Time. I'm Cornbread217, your ref and proprietor for this evening's talkabouts and whatnot. In the red corner, we have none other than the motherfucking A1 Music. And then in the blue corner, who we got? Oh, it's the same nigga. Resident hater Paul, give it up.
I was almost halfway waiting for you to throw somebody else in, like, oh, and waiting in the green room because I didn't tell motherfuckers again about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, I can't be.
I mean, I can if you want to. If you want
like I said, we need to make that happen. There's a few guests that I would like to have on here. One of them at the top of the list that I don't know personally, but met is Joaquin Buckley. So I'm gonna get in the process of trying to initiate that conversation there again. I'm gonna hit him with the picture and be like, "Hey, you remember?"
When you had said.
Yeah.
Speaking of Joaquin, you remember that guy he ninja kicked in the face?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you see that he just won $1 million in PFL?
Yep. That shows you the lack of PFL competition, though. If a guy that was barely ranked or was cut from the UFC just went in there and won it all, yeah. Enough said. So we're a little late coming with this episode, and I'll fall on this grenade because I took a little vacay, could not get away. Kind of didn't want to get away, just want to enjoy the stuff, so I did, and here we are. I mean, we're like a week and a half removed from this last fight card. It was a fight night. Brendan Allen versus Paul Craig was the main event. Brendan Allen, what did he say prior to the fight? Basically wanted Paul Craig to keep the same energy. Like, hey, don't puss out.
Guard.
Let's see this out. And because they both good grapplers.
Word up.
And I actually just watched this one today during my lunch, so I got quite acquainted with it. And man,
we got Demaria.
Hey, what's up, Swally? 2 times. Appreciate you tuning in. Tune in one more time at least, so you tuned in twice, and then it's fitting. But stick around and listen to
give us a heart or a thumbs up or a mad face or something.
Or something.
You know what I'm saying?
But Brendan Allen kind of fucking put it on Paul Craig on the ground at that too. Like, was very dominant. Didn't even need, the there you go. Yeah, no, he didn't even need the what you consider the championship rounds in the main event to do it. Like, had that stuff and wrapped up early. 3rd round submission, rear naked choke, but he had threatened a couple others to get him there. Don't think that Paul Craig's one of them people that's just a bitch that's gonna tap to a rear naked just because. Right. Like, no, that shit was in. Brendan Allen got performance of the night there, so technically a submission of the night bonus. I believe my parlay pick might have been Mr. Craig that night, so we bursted it right off the bat with the main event. I guess bursted it last, depending on how it all played out. My memory is a little hazy as far as what we all picked. I'm just pretty sure that I picked Craig.
I don't remember. Let me see if I got it in my DraftKings. I don't remember.
I wrote it down, and I'm sure I probably threw it away since, just because wasn't thinking.
Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, never mind. This was my personal parlay. It's got unders in it. Yeah, I don't see it. I guess I didn't put it in.
Nah, yeah, I'm pretty sure I picked Paul Craig, and it burst. It didn't hit.
I think I picked Jordan Levitt, and he lost too.
I think you did too, and so we both picked wrong. But co-main event of the evening was Michael Morales versus Jake Matthews. This one was again we kind of got treated to a nice fucking pay-per-view a week before this one because I think the total cage time of the last pay-per-view before this fight night was like 57 minutes of cage time, and that's including the prelims and the main card. Less than an hour of cage time between, I think it was probably either 12 or 13 fights. That's crazy. That means people was finishing and getting the job done. We weren't so lucky this one. There was a lot of decisions on this card. Prior to going live, even Paul's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take a back seat. I know I like to hate a lot, but I don't even remember what happened. I mean, that's the best hating you can do, I guess. You don't even remember the shit. Like it couldn't have been that exciting of a card, right?
I'm browsing right now. I might remember some of this. Let's see.
I know Morales got a unanimous decision over Jake Matthews. Again, I just watched this one, I think either today along with the main event or yesterday. I don't even remember, but I remember it wasn't that eventful. I got distracted a couple times in between while watching it.
I remember Chase Hooper winning. That's about it.
Yep, Chase Hooper looked really good. Quick submission right off the bat. I think right about 3 minutes in. Got Levitt out of there. I even want to say, and I could be wrong, but Levitt might not have made weight. It was one of them, and there was another one on the card too that was earlier in the card. The dude didn't make weight, but yeah, we'll get to that.
We just got a new follow on Twitch. Hold on, I'm trying to.
A new follow on Twitch.
Paliplo.
Paliplo.
Shouts out to Paliplo, man.
Hey.
Paliplo, yep.
From Spain.
From Spain. Hey, Spain in the house. What's good?
Word up.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Paliplo. That's how you say it if it's from Spain.
Yeah. And Chase Hooper, for as dominant as that win was, did not rack up any kind of bonus. I feel like, yeah, this was, like I said, there weren't a lot of bonuses gave out. It looks like 3 altogether, and Chase Hooper was not one of them. We had actually a decent fight, kind of back and forth. Nick Aguirre versus Peyton Talbot.
Yeah,
this one was actually a decent fight. I enjoyed this one.
The man Peyton, fam, is he's like on what GSP used to be on, like pure martial artist, like one of these. Wake up in the hotel room and he in the splits.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, like
he doing all that shit. So like, yeah, and he came from a Contender Series earlier this year.
I was gonna say I thought they mentioned Contender Series when commentating. Aguirre had a pretty good game plan going into this, trying to wear on him, get him down and wear him out, drag him into the deeper waters, and hope that his gas tank wasn't that. But it was that.
Hey, we understand you, dog.
Hey, no, we appreciate you even chiming in and trying.
Yeah, don't even trip, fam.
Much appreciated. No, this the UFC and MMA is a worldwide sport.
Right.
I appreciate all walks of life, everybody that enjoys this as much as we do. You are welcome here at It's Almost Time. So thank you.
And if you don't know, Paliplo, our normal time is we come on at Sunday nights.
Sunday afternoons to Sunday nights. It could vary. It would actually might be later Sunday night, your time, early Monday morning, depending on how far ahead you are there in Spain.
Word up.
But yeah, no, Talbot picked up a late submission. Well, I guess not super late, but it was in the round 3, a minute into round 3. What was it? I think it was a Anaconda.
Yeah.
Yep. And the actually one of the best fights of the night was the next one that we're about to talk about. And as much as I love seeing this great fight, I hate to say that Brazilian Halle Berry got her ass whooped there in the end, faded out.
But it was off of like she came out and started implementing her thing, and Hebos just adjusted very well.
Well,
Like
Hebos,
Hebos is a scrapper anyway,
yeah,
so she gonna
Hebos
go
reminds
in.
me. Hebos reminds me of Andrade. She's willing to go into the fire. She's willing to get hit. She's willing to take the punishment to get to the deeper waters, to get her shots going. Because that first round was all Pinheiro. It
Yeah.
really was. Just really solid stand up, and I mean, she was peppering her,
Yeah.
man. Like you were hearing these shots, man, and I don't want to hear it anymore. People talking shit saying these women can't throw because these women got hands. I guarantee you 90% of y'all got hit by these women. At the
It'd
least,
be a domestic.
no, at the least, you would be mad. You would be mad and be like, whoa, why so aggressive? Like, and at like even more so, there's some of y'all would probably swing back. So I don't want to hear it.
Word up.
But yeah, no, second round came and Hebos turned up the heat, just kind of basically kept doing the whole thing. She made some adjustments to where she was getting off a little bit. She was implementing her jab, and she was also, it went from being a boxing match to a kickboxing match. Hebos really implemented them kicks low and high to the body, was kind of consistent with spreading them out. That by the time that third round hit, Pinheiro was
she
just,
hit a spinning roundhouse for the knockdown. Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful. I was on my way out to Arizona when these fights was happening, and y'all wasn't even chiming in. I wish you would have, because I heard through the grapevine that Hebos chose violence, and
Yeah.
man, I heard
Well, that's
right.
what I was gonna say is that like first round, yeah, coming out, you know what I'm saying, Pinheiro, she was getting hers on, and then something happened that switched in Hebus between the first and second round, and she came in and she was still eating them, but it was like, yo, I'm not eating them without giving you yours back, though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And once that became the thing, and she basically was like, oh, I can take this, you know what I'm saying? And then it just wore on homegirl. She was like, what? You can take it?
Yeah.
So what do I do? You know what I mean? So yeah.
Now they both can scrap, but Pinheiro just faded. I mean, she couldn't take it. Hebos actually reminded me a lot of
It's midnight.
Oh, it's midnight.
All right, man. Hey,
have a good night.
appreciate you, man.
Feel free to tune in. We're available on YouTube. We're available on most podcast platforms too. Just search "It's Almost Time" and listen to us at your convenience. You have a good night.
We got replays all over the place. So
yes,
if you miss this one, it'll be on tomorrow. It's up there. So
appreciate
thank you for chiming in all the way from Spain, España.
Yes, hey, we going worldwide here.
Word. Have a good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Awesome.
Word up.
Awesome.
Going to hear.
We had Uris Medic versus, and I'm not even going to try the first name, Oralbi. Oralbi.
Miktabek Oralbi. And is this the Indonesian dude?
Yes, and he showed out, man.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the highlights of the night. I personally feel like he probably should have got a bonus because he put it on Medic and he got him out of there. I mean, he subbed him.
He did that.
What more do you want from them, Dana? What do they have to do? But actually, Hebos did get a performance of the night though, and rightly so. Rightly so.
Oh, good for her. Excuse me. Hold on.
That was the main card, the prelims. Again, there's a couple of I guess honorable mentions. Again, we just kind of flying through this one to get reacquainted. Got a banger of a card coming up this weekend, and we got a lot coming up to close out this. So we'll definitely touch on all of that and address a couple things here before we sign out for the evening as well. The prelims, though, we had Jonathan Pierce versus Joe Anderson Brito. This one was decent. Brito pulled out a second round submission. Fight before that, Chad Anheliger versus Jose Johnson. I guess again, Johnson with the win there with the submission. This is a submission heavy card. I don't remember it being submission heavy, and I guess it's because a lot of them were later subs. There was actually a lot of cage time. Christian Leroy Duncan fought Dennis Tululin. Winner round 2 TKO. Again, it was all right.
I just remembered another part of the card.
What part? Oh, okay. Hold up. Yeah, we haven't gotten to that. Well, I'm working there. Just be patient because I know you want to talk about this. Mick Parkin versus Caio Machado.
Machado, yep.
3-round unanimous decision for Parkin. We had Jeka Sergei versus Lucas Alexander. This is actually one of the faster fights. Sergei was a plus 390 dog and pulled out a brutal KO.
Can't always trust the odds.
No, that's what I'm saying. Anytime you get a dog like this, it can't hurt to throw a few bucks on that money line. Not recommending doing it every time, but especially with these lower ranked fighters, somebody that's not ranked or he's got a number next to his name. If he's got crazy odds against somebody, he might be a cam, but it just might be that somebody ain't found out about the other dude yet.
Right.
But this is the one that I'm sure Paul wants to touch base on. It was Lucy Pudilova versus Eileen Perez.
Hell yeah.
I'll let you take this one.
2 notes. The handstand twerk right in front of the announcers was crazy.
Yeah.
And whoever was on like the back doing the camera work, whoever cut from her twerking straight to her kid in the audience smiling, watching, that was dirty work. That shit had me dying, bro. She's sitting there twerking and then they just cut to her kid right there. I'm like, bro.
And wasn't it the fight before she was twerking in a handstand? Pussy
no, it was that fight.
It was the same fight. She was twerking everywhere, dude.
Well, no, and I like Saudi made a point. She won a 3-round unanimous decision against Pudilova. She looked pretty dominant doing it. There were some points Pudilova did some stuff, but it was Eileen's fight. It was definitely Eileen's fight. But yeah, she just goes 15 minutes with this girl all hot and sweaty, and she gets right up in front of the commentators, handstands on the cage and twerks. One of the first comments I seen was, "Ain't nobody trying to smell that."
And apparently, I don't know if it was before or after the fight. I think it was after. She got in a scrap at the UFC PI with Jocelyn Edwards, and her eyes black, and she said, "This isn't the end of this legally." So I guess she's maybe taking the Colby approach. So I'm not sure. Yeah, she was on the MMA Hour. Her eye was all blacked, and yeah, she got in like a scrap with Jocelyn Edwards in the PI.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't hear nothing about that. Also, my ears haven't really been on the MMA community the way they normally have been this year. Again, I'll fall on that grenade. I'm usually more in tune with it. Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about that, but hey, this is the fight business, man. If you're gonna run your mouth and
yeah, I don't know what.
In the immortal words of Bernie Mac, if you're grown enough to talk shit, you're grown enough to get fucked up.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go. We also there was Trey Ogden versus Nicholas Mata. It was originally called a 3rd-round submission, and this shit was not a fucking submission. I saw it in real time and was getting mad, and I was actually really proud of myself. Didn't look at the card. I knew a couple outcomes of the fights prior to watching it, but for the most part, didn't know what had happened. And so when I was watching this happen and seen it get called, I was like, that was not a fucking submission. This better be overturned.
So what happened? Did he not tap and they called it, or what?
He didn't tap. He wasn't out. The ref was like, "Oh, you need to move your fucking hand if you want to stay here." And he's like, he couldn't move his arm from the spot because it would have given the dude more grass. It would have basically locked in the submission if dude would have moved his arm from what he was doing. Gotcha. And the ref grabbed it. I would have understand if the ref grabbed his arm and it went limp or flopped over or some shit. but he literally grabbed his arm with both hands and tried to pull it, and it wasn't moving, and he still fucking called it, dude. Like, some of these refs need to go back, take some classes, or
Yeah,
again,
that's crazy.
I get the fighter safety.
Oh, that was Mike Beltran? Damn.
Yeah, no, and I get the fighter safety is top priority, but with these chokes, it's not going to hurt having somebody being held on to an extra 5 seconds on a choke. Once you're passed out, you can basically be choked for a good 20, 30 seconds after and come to, no problems, no long-term issues. I'm not saying let them sit there for 30 fucking seconds, but
No, I'm saying there's an obvious difference between, like, because that happened in the fight or two prior to this,
It's
where
been a
like
few
the dude
times,
was
he's-
getting choked and like all he was trying to do was stay calm, so it just looked like he was going limp, but he was just relaxing his body so he could, you know what I'm saying?
it was like with Lawler and Askren with the bulldog choke. I can even that was out of all of the examples I've seen, that's the one I feel like that kind of had a case, because the way his arm came down when I saw it in real time, I thought he was out. But then the way he came right back too, it's like y'all need to give these fighters a chance to let this play
Right.
out.
Dude, apparently you can look up the refs' records and shit, and you can see how many TKOs they've awarded, how many submissions they've awarded. They have a
Oh,
record
shit.
on Sherdog.
Ooh, shit.
And
That's
this is the
what's
guy
up.
who did it. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, this dude pissed me off. Like, bro, you're more worried about growing that goddamn mustache beard combo, whatever. The
How
fuck
many
thing it is.
KOs, how many submissions, decisions, no con. Damn,
He's
that's
never
what's
had
up.
a DQ. 8 draws. That seems
No,
like
the fact that they got that's dope though.
right.
463 fights.
Right. Yeah.
How many stoppages?
460.
Combine
yeah.
these two, I guess. I'm bad at math. I don't want to.
What is that?
280.
175. Yeah.
Yeah, 280.
See, no, they need to cause again, KO, TKO, and submission, they need to say, like, I don't know, they need an extra stat in there monitoring the, like, some fuck shit.
It's just some shit. You don't even know what? Some shit.
Yeah, it's some shit.
that you want his weight class on there?
Yeah, I do. I want his marital history too.
His driver's license, social security.
Oh, he's California.
His family tree.
Right there.
I want to see his tax returns for the past 5 years.
Yep.
I want to see his betting slips.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's probably.
Hey,
that's why he's got so many TKOs. He bets on it all the time.
He goes.
His nationality. Did you see his flag? His nationality was Californian.
Oh, yeah, bro,
he's offended.
I bet he does coke with a fucking cardboard straw.
Hell yeah, dude!
No,
I don't think I've ever had one of those yet.
That's redundant
because
as fuck.
Like we haven't gotten crazy with banning plastic straws.
You've
yet.
seen them recyclable straws?
That's what I'm talking about. The cardboard ones, like that.
No, they're like plastic hard feeling.
I don't think I've seen them yet.
I haven't. Nope, not those ones. I've just seen the cardboard ones that like fucking disintegrate as you're using them.
Word up.
Have you seen those cones that you can pack that are like clear? They look like see-through plastic, but they're like safe.
They're like cellulose.
Yeah, that shit always creeps me out. Even though I know it's
I don't like them because they don't burn right.
Yeah,
right,
back in the day, I had some see-through, some clear joint papers, and it looked dope, but they never smoked right.
Yeah.
Because that.
Really quick before we move on to kick off the night, it was Charles Johnson versus Rafael Esteban, and Esteban got a unanimous decision victory. Again, all in all, I can't even be mad that this card was kind of lackluster, because again, we've had some bangers of cards recently and this year in general. They can't all be
like the one that's coming up next, but maybe not. Because it's still. The one that's coming up next is kind of lackluster to me, minus maybe 2 fights.
Like the co-main and main?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
for top 3.
But
I'm
even the
actually
main,
interested on the
no,
top 4.
the co-main, and then the main of the prelims, and maybe like the
See, I'm interested in Sean Brady and Kevin Gastelum too, because it's his first fight at 170.
You right. That should be
Word.
decent. I'd like to see what Sean Brady does from here too. I want to say,
I wish he'd get his nose fixed.
bro, nah,
Get this
he
fucking-
got humiliated by Bilal in his
did.
last fight, that his first loss. And even that, I feel like I stopped just a tad early because he was stumbling on his feet, but he was on his feet when they called it. I feel like they gave Bilal that win because it was in Abu Dhabi. And yeah, you already know that he gets favoritism over there. A couple fighters get some favoritism over in Abu Dhabi, but what do I know? Yeah, no. So that should be an interesting fight. And the fact that Gastelum, this is gonna be his first fight at 170. Gastelum has never really been a big 185er though, so this might be a good move for him to like
That's
actually
what I
be
think.
disciplined and cut down because he's gonna have some size on some of these guys.
That's why I'm interested, because he was more of a chubby 185er, not really like a thinner one.
Thinner one.
And no, I'm also looking forward to seeing what Benel is going to do to bounce back after that loss to Charles Oliveira. So and Sarukian, I want to say what his only loss, or his only UFC loss anyways, was to Gamrot. So that should be a decent fight for the main event. The co-main actually changed in the last week. Originally, it was supposed to be Mean Bobby Green versus Dan Hooker, the Hangman.
Dan Hooker. You gotta
This
say
is
it
one of
like
those. This is one of those rare instances where I feel like the replacement is just as good as the original for me, at least.
No, definitely. But I'm also not a big fan of these fights where they got like number 13 versus number 12, because how does this help in either one of these guys' stocks fighting each other?
Sometimes they need to fight for money.
I get it. But what Bobby Green's trying to do here, and actually is going to lead me into my segue about this, because we need to figure some stuff out as far as what we're picking and whatnot. And I'm going to go ahead and go with
Parlay boys.
This is my parlay pick for the week. I'm going the money line with Mean Bobby Green.
See, the original fight was Dan Hooker.
Yeah, so. And Dan Hooker actually had to withdraw due to injury. He snapped his fucking arm, same arm that he injured prior.
And I was just gonna say he's ranked 9, so and Bobby's 13, so that was actually
that one
a reasonable
made more
jump.
Sense.
Right. But this is a replacement, so like you take.
No, I get it. I get it, but I also like. I'm
He's lucky anybody took it.
I'm picking the money line for Bobby Green for this fight.
Okay.
This is my parlay pick. Personally, I think that Bobby's gonna sleep Jalen or TKO. I think he's finishing him, and I think it's either gonna be in the first or early second. I think Bobby Green turned a page with this last fight and his last couple fights, to where he's on a mission, and I think we're gonna see him in the top 5 here pretty soon, knocking on the door for who's ever holding the title at that time. The doubt by the time he gets back to a title shot, I don't think Islam's even going to be in the division. I think he's going to be done cutting weight. He's going to be up to welterweight.
By that time, Bobby will be 40.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. In the next 12 months, I think Bobby will be on the precipice. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he could be on the precipice of getting a title shot. I see Islam having 1, maybe 2 more fights at lightweight before moving up, because the weight cut's too much.
Okay,
this dude's like 190 walk around weight, and yeah, that's crazy. We got one of the OGs though on this card, Clay motherfucking Guida.
We got 2 OGs on this card.
Who's the other OG?
Nigga Misha in there.
Women OG, I'll give you that. But like what Clay Guida was like, we talking
discrimination.
Like 2006, 2007. Like Guida been a staple of the UFC for fucking ever, and he's had some skids where he's lost a fight or two, but every time he on that chopping block and they think that he done, he pull out some crazy victory and reminds you
Yeah.
why he's been a mainstay since 2006. Like this is just what this dude does, and I'm here for it. I almost, if I wasn't gonna pick that, man, I almost might change my shit up because, I mean, he a big dog, but I've seen him do some crazier stuff, man.
I'm going with Davison Figueiredo.
That's okay. Figueroa.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna write this
Against
down.
Rob Font.
If I can ever find a damn pen when I fucking need it.
Oh yeah.
So I meant to ask, how was the holidays, my guy?
Man, it was cool. Caucasian Thanksgiving wasn't that bad. A lot of the food was seasoned, so I was happy about that.
More than just salt and pepper?
Yeah, it was paprikas and some thymes and other herbs.
Parsley's, oreganos, and
No cardboard noodles?
No, never that. You know what I'm saying? they had pumpkin and pecan pie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I personally made some. I've been off the white cheddar mac and cheese. No racism. And I made greens for the first time. Like I made them with seasonings that I wanted. And let me tell you something. My mom ain't talked to me since. You know what I'm saying? Because she know what's going down.
Okay.
She knows she just got replaced at Thanksgiving. I said, you can still bring the mac and cheese because that's crack and cheese. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you keep that. But everything else, I got on lock.
Okay.
Word
Oh,
up.
by the way, Paul, while you stepped away, Mr. Dre Day
Made his pick? Okay.
Parlay boys.
Where we at?
Word.
So Davison Figueiredo, money line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is gonna pay out like crazy if we win.
Okay. And I guess we down to you for the money for the final parlay, the final leg, so to say.
Parlay boys.
And you don't want me to pick any overs or unders?
I just like whatever you want to throw in the mix, man. Whatever. If you want to pick something safe, just just pick a person.
Pick a person.
All right.
He said no over unders.
Because, bro, I really want to pick the over on the Clay Guida fight. It's plus 100, and that dude never gets put out.
But can you pick who's gonna win though, and then pick an over?
You could, but you would have to parlay those two picks together. But I don't want to do that. I'm not that worried about it. I'll just pick someone. Like I would have to pick the money line and the over, But
Gotcha.
that's not a big deal. This is hard. This is a hard card for me. Let's see what else we got.
Said it's a hard card.
Let me look up Beneil on SureDog real quick. Let's see. I'm just gonna pick Arman Sarukian money line.
Okay, so you threw me through a hoop there. I was like, is he picking Guida? Is he picking the other guys? Is he picking Guida? Is he picking? He's picking Arman Sarukian. Okay.
There we go.
Hey,
Yeah.
at least we got it. We got it.
He said my man Prez got to look like he got a PR team.
I like to bet on what I know, and I don't know that Clay's going to win, and I don't know that the other guy's going to win, but I do know that it'll go the distance, I think, anyway.
What the fuck?
But that's what I'm like. I'm more
But
sure
you
about.
know it's gonna go the distance, I think.
I'm just saying I'm more confident that it's gonna go the distance than it would be picking either of them to win.
Gotcha.
Well, no, and I feel like personally, with you picking on the main event, I feel like you bet on the safer bet and Sarukian.
That's literally what I did. Since you guys both picked plus money, I just picked negative money in the main event to balance the parlay.
And not to say that not to say that
Plus $724
Dariush
pays out
pulling
$8.
Yeah, not to say that Dariush is not more than capable of pulling it out. Like again, only person.
That's why I was looking him up, because he was on a hot streak before he got lost. So I'm thinking everybody has in their mind his most recent loss, and everybody's forgot what he was doing before that, and that's what I was making sure he wasn't killing it before that. But Arman Sarukian is also a beast, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, and again, I'm pretty sure the only person I remember Sarukian losing to is Gamrot. And if you look at Gamrot right now, he's top 5 talking, title contention moving forward. So
oh shit, he's only 27.
Yeah. And Dariush needs this. If he's gonna try to make any kind of push moving forward towards that title, he needs to win.
Yeah, I'm even more comfortable with my pick now. Hell yeah, dude. He's got that fucking he's got that 20-year-old reflex time.
Yeah. But no, yeah, speaking of, Prez either got a PR team, and I'm convinced of that, but he claims it's Illuminati.
It might be, but
the
only reason I say it's not is because he ain't took me with him yet. So you know what I'm saying?
Well, bro, and I don't see no Phantoms or Maybachs or
no, not
yet.
Listen, you got to build. You got to build to get up to that.
You got to build to that. Saying? But like, how long
you got that shit off top? Then you definitely getting fucked in the butt.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, how long you got to do Illuminati shit to like start seeing the benefits?
60 days, Nick. It's 60
like 60 days.
It's a probationary period. You feel me? No, we just because part of that was me being like, because I've always said, hey, we need to like up the production value, up the presence online. And like he actually took it and started running with it. I'm slowly getting my shit in there too. You know what I'm saying? But that's literally all it is. They just sent me my confirmation today, like, yo, people can start inviting you to put ads on your shit and you can get paid like that. You know what I'm saying? As well as stars and other shit. So
word.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let people tell you can't do this shit and eat off of it, because you can't. You feel me? I'm always Bow Wow in and rising. Like if I get to 5, fam, I'm definitely eating. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
So yeah, moving forward, after this weekend, we got a UFC fight night. It's gonna be Song Yadong versus Chris Gutierrez main event. Co-main, Anthony Smith versus
Chris. I'm not gonna make weight, Gutierrez.
Ooh.
Anthony Smith, Khalil Roundtree for the co-main.
Mm-hmm.
You got old Chinese boy with one name fighting.
Does anybody want to talk about the Ian Gary shit?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's news, right?
Yeah.
Man, where to start? So, Ian Gary, I guess, is a cuck. Man, I guess we lost. Dre said, nope, I'm out. But no, and this is I'll throw allegedly on there just so we're like, if he starts suing people like he's claiming he's gonna do, I've covered myself, because it's allegedly Ian Gary is a cuck.
Right.
Allegedly. And he is married to a girl that is 16 years his junior or his senior. Yeah, that's how you say that. 16 years his senior. So he's like 24 or something. She's 40. They are married. This dude has taken her last name and hyphenated it with his, which is crazy. Like that's hey, it's 2023. Get it how you live. I mean, whatever.
It's not even her. It's not even her old name. It's her married name from her previous husband,
Oh
isn't
shit!
it?
No, see, I did not know that.
I'm pretty sure Machado is her ex-husband's last name.
Well,
lives
and
with
also
them.
the ex-husband still lives with him and is Ian
Right.
Gary's personal trainer too, which is that's sus. Also, I guess made him become a vegan when the dude that is not a vegan himself.
This is
It's
like
just like-
straight out of a fucking cheap porn movie.
No, but then the icing on the cake and the reason that I feel so comfortable almost saying that he's a cuck without adding allegedly is that this broad wrote a book about being a wag. And
Right.
for those of y'all that don't know what a wag is, it's a privileged wife and girlfriend, basically. Wife and girlfriend is what the acronym for wag means, I guess. But she basically wrote a whole book about how to seduce and get with a younger, affluent, well-to-do athlete in particular, and basically making her living off of marrying off of his status, basically. And let's see here. Chael Sonnen, Sean Strickland, and several others have made comments on it. I actually just watched a video today. One of the few things I was able to keep myself in the loop about was Henry Cejudo's 2 cents on the whole situation. And Sean Strickland made some comments and I guess is threatening to be sued by Ian Gary
Damn.
and his wife and probably his
Crazy.
wife's former lover and all of that. I don't know.
It's nuts.
But he's claiming defamation of character. But how is it defamation when your own wife wrote the book of her blueprint of what she did to, like, your current situation? Basically, has it in writing.
Yeah,
admitted what
unless
he's doing.
if everything that he's saying is factual, I don't think he has a case.
It's crazy. It is crazy. Like straight cuck energy. And I'm just looking forward to the press conference the week of Covington and Edwards. I know those two are fighting, but the real press conference is going to be what Colby has to say about Ian Gary. Like, this is one of the few times like I'm excited about some bullshit that's going to be coming out of Trump's cuck's mouth. But goddamn, yeah, no, that's some crazy stuff. And who knows, maybe like there are some people that are theorizing that this is all just to drum up publicity, because any publicity is good publicity. If they're talking about you, your stock's up and blah 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 blah. But this is the fight business. I think the last thing you want to be known as in the fight business is that word that I've said about a dozen times in the past 3 minutes. It's a very, very interesting, very, very interesting story. Speaking of, though, yeah, the I guess 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have finally Leon Edwards, Colby Covington. He'll finally get his third title shot in 3 years, 4 years, off of no top 10 wins in of current ranked fighters, anyways.
So now that we own that, I'm gonna be performing that night, and then the next night or the next day, I'm gonna be on a plane to New Mexico.
Okay.
So we might have to do that one later.
Whatever works. Whatever works. Yeah, if you want to wait till you're back, or yeah, we'll figure it out.
No, I mean we can run it the next day. I'm just saying it'll have to be later than
yeah, no, that's
you know what I'm
I'd be
saying.
cool with that. I don't usually work later until later on Mondays anyway. So yeah, if we go on a Sunday, we go a little bit later. I have no problem with it. But yeah, we'll get it figured out. We got a couple weeks to coordinate.
Word.
Because my dumb ass did not coordinate. I started to and then didn't. I told you about it and then never filled it. Yeah, It was a clusterfuck. But we back, we here. And but yeah, Edwards Covington, that should be a fucking banger. And then we got Alexander Pantoja and Brandon Royval. This is gonna be Pantoja's first defense of his flyweight title.
Yeah.
And I actually hear that Brandon Moreno is going to be having an opponent coming up. I think they're putting a card together for Mexico in February. Hold up. Let me double check this and make sure that they haven't already added this onto this. Nope, nothing yet.
And your boy Tony finna piece up Pimblett, fam.
Yep, I'm hoping so, man.
I think so.
I'm really hoping so. I don't want to talk shit like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, you know, who people decide to be trained by, but this whole David Goggins thing with Ferguson. Goggins is a cardio expert.
Yeah.
And last time I checked, Tony has some of the best cardio in the game to start out with. Why wouldn't he be getting a hold of like a striking expert or just a defense expert? Something like, I don't know. Like, you already are like, if we're a build-a-fighter on a UFC game, your cardio stats already maxed out. Like, there ain't amount of anything that you're gonna do that's gonna up your cardio. So that part I don't get. But again, I'm not a fighter. I just watch this shit. So maybe they know something I don't know, and yeah.
I feel like if you got the closest to an infinite supply of energy, then it is what it is. It don't matter what my striking is. You know what I'm saying? Because I can eat all those and still have and not be depleted as much as the next dude.
Yep. No, I can see that. But yeah, Vicente Luque, Ian Gary, or should I just start calling him Ian Machado?
Oh shit. Hell no.
Man, hey, it's I don't get it, but
Yeah, I don't get it.
dude must really
You
be in
don't
love.
get cuckness.
Nah, dude must really be in love to take his woman's ex's last name or something like that. That's what it sounds like.
Wait, that's what his nickname came from?
That Machado?
Yeah.
That's his wife's last name. If not, I don't know if it's her maiden name or her original name, or it might possibly be her former married-in name. And he took that. He took her last name, whether it was maiden or previous marriage. I mean,
And he didn't hyphenate it Gary Machado.
Yeah, no, it's Machado Gary. I'm like, man,
There's actually no hyphen on the UFC website either. I don't know if that's relevant or not, but it's just Ian Machado Gary.
Because I thought Machado was like his nickname or his moniker.
Yeah,
I thought it was too.
I did too, but nope, it's his wife's name.
Yeah, it says his nickname is The Future.
Uh-oh. Future Machado? Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
But yeah, no, that Edwards Covington card, that's gonna be a banger. Moving forward, like I said, Ankalaev and Johnny Walker are gonna have their own fight night. It looks like January 13th at the Apex in Vegas.
Yep.
Let's see, Jim Miller's on that. We got Caitlin Vieira and Macy Chiasson, Ricky Simon, Mario Batista. Phil Haas is looking like the second coming of Blonde Brunson.
Where's what you say now?
I said Phil Haas looking like the second coming of Blonde Brunson.
Your boy Jim Miller.
Yeah, no, this one, I mean, it's decent. This has a chance of being a banger, really, but it just ain't got the name draw, and that's why it's a fight night.
Mm-hmm.
First major card, though, of the new year is going to be January 20th, and that's going to be UFC 297. We got Sean Strickland, Dricus du Plessis, DDP, for those that don't know.
As well as Pennington and Bueno Silva.
Man, this shit's still tripping me out that she going to pop for PEDs and still be getting a shot.
Yo, and your boy Neil Magny is going against Mike
Like
Malott. That should be interesting.
Jan Blachowicz.
Yep.
Okay. Against Rocket.
Your boy Chris Curtis against Mark Andre Barrio.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fights on
Charles
this card,
Jourdain.
actually.
He's
yeah, Dominic Reyes and Carl Zolberg.
Yep.
Man.
Your boy Brad, Ultimate Fighter Katana.
How come they all my boy? What's up with that?
Because he fight with the same camp as McGregor. And that's all he'll fight with.
You got the wrong one, man. I don't know if I ever like
that nigga go fight with, fam.
Okay, Jillian Robertson, Polyana.
Your boy Joe Pyfer got his own fight night headline and come up.
Yeah,
that ain't your boy though.
I fuck with Pyfer.
Oh, you don't fuck with Katona though. That's why it ain't your boy. I got you. And then you know what 299 is.
Hey, you gonna just skip the talk at 298?
Yeah, I am.
Why?
Because we already know what's finna happen.
Bro,
and new.
Ooh, shit.
But this is gonna be.
Yeah, this is gonna be the
one. This is gonna be his toughest challenge in a minute at 45.
Bro, they don't even have the fucking card filled out on the website yet.
Nah, just them two. They ain't even got the odds on the site.
No. They don't got shit, but hey, we got this shit set up all the way till March. That's all.
But go ahead and tell them about 299.
Nigga. O'Malley and Cheeto, man.
Yep, and that's the only one listed on that card right now, too.
Yep. I think that should have been earlier, but that's cool.
No, this should have been in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
this
before
been on this
and Strickland.
Yeah, no, this should have been on the December card, like he was talking about wanting to do originally after winning, and then he got it. It was like, oh, I better chill because I don't want to win and lose it in the same year. So it's smart strategically, but I also like I said, if he only trying to fight twice a year, Cheeto can go ahead and take that belt off of him if he trying to compete more often, because this 2 times a year bullshit, that's for the birds. I don't care who you are or how good you think you are. If you're that good, fight 3 times a year or 4 times a year.
How often do you think the average UFC champion fights per year?
Twice.
I hear secretary fingers.
Now, if you factor in lately, again, the only 2 that have done it more has been Adesanya, Volkanovski, and up until they lost the belt, fucking Usman.
Oh, this is a lame answer. It says 1 to 3 times a year. No shit.
So if you average that,
right?
But no, for real. Like, I think as much hate as Kamaru got while he was champion, this motherfucker was fighting every 3 to 4 months,
even whilst being in Wakanda.
Yep. And same with the thing I love so much about Izzy, anyways, when he was reigning. This dude did not leave the cage after defending without basically telling you who his next opponent was going to be. Like, he was really good at fucking setting up and letting you know what the plan was.
And so Islam never fights.
What's that?
Islam never fights. Leon hasn't fought.
No.
God, John Jones never fights.
One person I think that is going to actually be an active champion, hopefully, is Pereira.
Yeah.
Because they're already talking. He's probably going to be defending at 300.
You think he could beat Jamal?
Yes.
Yes.
Me too.
I think Jamal knows it too, but Jamal made a good point. Like, hey, bro, even if this dude could whoop me, you think I'm just gonna like, roll over and be like, oh no, this guy's got my number? Like, no, I'm gonna go out and fight, and being a fighter, he's gonna believe that he can beat him. That's
I honestly think he does have a shot because I think Alex is gonna win, but Alex always does the hook shots thing, and Jamal always punches straight down the pipe, so he could do exactly what Izzy did if he times it right.
Because at right now, I don't see it happening. I didn't see Yuri beating him either, and he wasn't. I don't think there was one point in that fight he had him rocked or kind of.
I didn't see Izzy doing it.
Stars, but like the majority of that fight between Alex and Yuri, Alex was in the driver's seat.
Like I said, I'd put my money on Alex, but I could see a way that Jamal could win.
Okay. Word up.
I guess Tom Aspinall has been campaigning like crazy to have John Jones stripped.
Because why?
Because he wants to be known as the true heavyweight champion.
So you got to beat the GOAT, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. That's
you at least got to beat everybody in the top 5.
But now Chael Sonnen had the argument that it was better for the UFC to strip Jones and to have him fight Aspinall when he came back, because that way Aspinall gets what he wants, and then if Jones comes back and beats him, Jones gets what he wants by being a 2-time champion in a weight class. Because even though like he was a fucking champion and in the light heavyweight forever, he was never a multiple time champion, or maybe he was because he did get stripped. I don't know how they're defining that, but basically the only way you can be a multiple time champion in a weight class is by dropping it and winning it back. And that would be the only good thing for his legacy anyways, as far as that went. But I think they're grasping at straws. Again, the only reason Aspinall was even given a shot at that belt was so that Dana White and the UFC did not need to refund people for the pay-per-views that were already sold by not having a heavyweight belt on the line.
Right.
That's the only reason that belt was there.
I think they should unify the belts.
I think so too, but again, they're going to give Jones what he wants. He's going to get to come back and fight Stipe. He's going to beat Stipe, and then I'm about 90% sure at this point he is bowing out, because what does it do for John Jones's legacy taking the risk and fighting the new guard in a fighter like Tom Aspinall?
I don't know. Chael says he's bad with money and he doesn't have very much. Maybe he still needs to stockpile a little more money.
Who, Jones?
Yeah.
I think Chael's talking shit. Chael says a lot of stuff. And I believe a lot of stuff that Chael says, but I think Chael is talking shit. And he's being the mouthpiece for Dana right now, because Dana can't be on record saying anything about his golden boy. So he's going to use Mr. fucking steroid Chael
maybe
to fucking get the point across. No, this is exactly what it is. I've watched them play this.
That's a weird thing to be certain of, maybe. And
as much as I love Chael for selling shit,
right.
He's kind of being Dana's cuck in this. And I'll stand by that.
This was a long time ago. He hasn't. Yeah, I don't know.
No. This is recently that Chael's saying that Jones needs to be stripped and it needs to.
I don't think Chael's saying it. Chael's just saying that Tom said it.
No. Chael agrees.
Oh well, I think he's just saying it would be. Yeah, I did too. But like, he's just saying his opinion.
No, I know, but again, a lot of times I would value Chael's opinion a little bit more if he wasn't on the payroll.
Well, everybody that puts out these shits is on somebody's payroll. That's why they do it, because they get paid.
But not everybody is as connected to the payroll as somebody like a Chael Sonnen. Like Henry Cejudo, he gets paid to fight. He doesn't make anything monetarily off of that other than endorsement deals. He does not get paid to go out and commentate and say good things about the UFC.
Yeah, but I think Chael gets paid by ESPN anyway.
But again, it's conflict of interest in my opinion. I think that sometimes he pushes a certain agenda.
Oh, I agree.
But is told to do so.
Right.
But
yeah, I do agree with
I
that.
could be wrong. I don't know.
Word up. Any final thoughts, news, anything? Shit
Nothing.
going on?
I'm about
Nothing
to order
here.
some food.
Nothing here. Yeah, I'm ready to eat myself. I know you got some real ninja stuff that you got to do this evening, along with some girl talkatives.
Word up.
But I'm gonna eat, get settled in. I might run me some rounds, but I'm gonna try to tune in. So yeah, y'all do your thing. I'll make sure you know.
Damn, Ian Gary's wife's hot as fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, there's
How
a
old
reason.
she is.
There's a reason that she's in the position she's in, and she's being accused of it. I mean, she looks the part too.
I don't give a damn. It ain't no bitch that fine
Oh yeah, no.
for me to take your last name, fam.
Right? Hell no. I mean, I would never be in a position where anybody would need to change their name, but that's just me.
I'm just saying, like,
Right.
I'm like, I'm just surprised, like, bro, she had a book out about this and you still got with her. Like she like publicized her game plan, her blueprint. And you was like, yeah, I like that.
To be fair, I usually don't check with girls that I've dated to make sure they've put out in a book in the past couple of years.
I mean, but like if you an undefeated up and coming fighter in the UFC, and I mean, I'm sure this happened prior to the UFC, but like you got that much at stake as an up and coming fighter, like best believe that bitch has told him that she's wrote some books.
But I think she was with him before he had any like UFC notoriety, wasn't she?
His stock was big prior to even coming into the UFC, at least over in Ireland.
Yeah, but still comparative to the UFC, that's still pretty small.
It still baffles me that like she publicized the blueprint on what she was doing and still did it. And
right, I would just assume that he didn't know because I wouldn't know. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't do background checks on women whenever I'd get with them.
He's got to know now, though, and the fact of knowing.
Well, yeah, now he knows.
I would be proactive, like, hey, I think we need to split. Like, bye. But that's me.
Glasses probably now.
That's also why I'm probably still single, though.
Right.
Because I'm not a cuck, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But on that note, we're gonna take off. Appreciate everybody tuning in from here to Spain and beyond. It was a good episode back. I missed this. So we're gonna be back Sunday with some results. Might be a little later than normal, but a lot earlier than this one. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. This is A1 signing out. Y'all have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.